Hello, I'm Susan Peters. Coming up on the Family Dinner Table, we talk with local chef Luis Peña and share his family recipe for chicken ragu tagliatelle. It's a recipe that has been passed down from generations from his grandmother, Rafaela. The recipes, the laughter, the priceless memories. All next on the Family Dinner Table.
The Family Dinner Table is made possible in part by the following.
For 100 years and counting, Dillon's has been a brand name backed with a promise. A promise made to our associates, customers, and communities we serve to be there for you, to share a family meal and to feed the human spirit. We thank you for your support and the wonderful times we have shared. We all have our special memories when we hear the words, "That's my Dillon's."
Offering more than 60 brands to choose from, refrigeration, dishwashers, cooking and laundry to outdoor appliances and grills, Metro Appliances and More has something for every need and every budget. In store or online, Metro Appliances and More.
Coffee, tea, and spices from around the world. Always unique, always the Spice Merchant. Located in the original 1908 Mentholatum building, just 4 blocks east of Washington on Douglas.
McClellan Sound is a proud sponsor of PBS Kansas, specializing in theater quality sound, cinematic lighting, climate control, and seamless security, all in the comfort of your home. More information at macsound.com. The Culinary Arts program at Butler Community College, where foods of the world, cooking techniques, and exceptional learning create 100% job placement rates for students. Changing lives through cooking. More at butlercc.edu. ABC Discount Wine and Spirits offers a unique winery experience, sophisticated and complex bourbons, and top quality beers. More information at abcdiscountliquor.com.
Hello, I'm Susan Peters. Welcome to the Family Dinner Table. The Family Dinner Table is a place where conversations happen, laughter erupts, traditions are formed, values are cemented, and of course, recipes are handed down. Which brings us to the Family Dinner Table, our first program with the Family Dinner Table. We want to welcome you, and we want to welcome our first Family Dinner Table chef and family recipe guy is Luis Peña. He's from the Butler Community College Culinary program, and we are honored to have him. He cooked in New York, in Italian restaurants in New York, but your background is Dominican.
My background is Dominican, the island in the Caribbean, and the dish that I bring in is my mother's recipe from my grandma as well.
It's from your grandmother.
Correct.
So two generations back.
Correct, yes.
And this comes straight from the Dominican Republic.
Yes, it's little tricks.
Little tricks. Tell me about your family when you were growing up. Did you eat together a lot?
Yes, we ate together. Our biggest meal was lunch. Lunch was the biggest deal. So everybody at lunch, the shops were even closed, the stores were closed, and everybody goes home to eat. So it was very important.
What'd you get from the family gathering around the table?
Conversation, opening, and make sure that we are almost keeping tab on each other.
Yeah.
So it just worked for us, I guess.
Made you closer?
Yes, completely.
And you kind of kept in touch whether anyone was having problems so you could stop it in the tracks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so today you're bringing your Dominican background, but he used to cook in an Italian restaurant in New York.
Yes, I did. I'm bringing my Dominican background with the pasta that I learned in New York City, along with some of the culinary schools over there. We're putting it together, doing like an Italian, Dominican fusion, Caribbean.
And that'll be great. So we are so honored to have you and your family dinner table recipe from way back when, from your grandma. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Susan.
All right, let's get cooking. All right, so here we are with Luis, and he's cooking something so special, and you mentioned what it was, but give us the name one more time.
All right, so it's a chicken ragu with a tagliatelle or fettuccine pasta.
I love how you say that. Isn't that beautiful? I love how you say it. So it's got a little Caribbean flavor, Dominican
Yes, ma'am.
flavor, but you also cook in Italian restaurants, so.
Yes, I did. In New York City, while I went to school, I cooked in some of them there.
And so this is kind of a combination.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what do we do? First, regular oil.
So regular vegetable oil, that burns. It doesn't have a problem. It won't get too hot. So we put a little bit of balsamic glaze, or you can go with sugar.
Either sugar or balsamic glaze. And
Correct.
you just get it a little brown.
A little brown. This is what is give us our chicken some.
You leave it in the middle of the pan, huh?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, now it's when the chicken, we season our chicken before we put it in.
And we're talking thighs and legs. And why do you just do thighs and legs?
Because these are perfect for braising. They will not get dry. All they're doing is they have so much connective tissue, which is fat, and they just melt in between and go in between the muscle fibers. And it's
As
delicious.
opposed to the breasts, which would maybe get dry.
Correct, because it doesn't have a lot
But
of fat.
I don't see any skin on these.
Correct. I do it, for this dish specifically, I do it skinless because it's easy to break down.
Really?
And it just gives me a nice ragu
Now, do you skin them
sauce.
yourself, or do they sell them skinless?
I skin them myself.
You do? Is that easy to do or hard to do?
Well, it depends. You have to have a very sharp knife.
Okay, I guess. You'd have to have the right knife. Okay, so we're browning the chicken.
Yes.
And that takes about what?
We're browning the chicken for about 5-7 minutes, give or
that
take.
all?
We're just
Okay.
turning it around.
Okay.
So after we brown the chicken, we start adding our other vegetables. We start with our red onions.
Red onion. Is it one red onion or?
One medium red onions.
One
Now,
medium red onion. Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna stir this around. It's bell pepper?
these are Anaheim peppers. So we just have for the Anaheim peppers.
And is the Anaheim pepper, refresh my memory, is it spicy or hot?
Not as much as
No.
you think, no.
Good.
We have,
but there's a little bit of
A little bit of a
little
kick.
bit of kick
You
to
know,
it.
when you
Okay.
eat pasta with ragu, you want a little kick.
These are browning up fine.
So we just added our celery as well.
Okay.
That is just one rib of celery. And the rib of celery is
Just one stalk.
Correct.
You call it a rib. I
Yes.
call it a stalk. You
Yes.
say tomato. I say tomato. We are going to put some tomatoes in here too, or tomato sauce anyway. Yeah.
Correct. And this is where the Italian influence comes in. So we're gonna let them soften up, nice, become a little translucent, the vegetables.
The vegetables have to become translucent. All right. Let's let them become a little translucent.
So once they become translucent, we add our cilantro.
Oh, cilantro.
Yes, we cook with a lot of cilantro.
I like a lot of cilantro. Is this one bunch or half a bunch? What
This
do you
was
think?
half a bunch. We
Half
put
a bunch.
We put a bunch.
But you can, you put a bunch, but you can put as much as you want.
Correct.
I mean, depending on how much you like cilantro.
Correct. User preference, right?
Yep, yep. Okay, this looks really good already, and the smell is incredible.
Yes.
Now, I wish I had your accent. It would make everything so authentic and beautiful and romantic. Doesn't he have a romantic accent? I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now what else after those vegetables are done?
All right, so now we put in our garlic.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 4 cloves, 5 cloves?
Yes, garlic is huge. So this is my Dominican background. It's the garlic with the oregano. It is our very first
It is.
seasoning that we use.
The garlic and
ingredients.
the oregano.
Correct.
Our Dominican background. So
Correct.
Dominicans, people from the Dominican Republic use a lot of that.
Yes, we do.
You know, isn't that neat? And 4 cloves, I love it. My husband would love this. The more garlic, the better.
Oh, yes, it is
Right?
always.
I'm making a little spill. Okay, so the garlic and the oregano.
So correct. So after you see the garlic getting a little bit soft and the oregano as well, just smelling the oregano, the aroma.
I smell it. Greeks use oregano too, don't they?
Yes, they use.
Oh, that
of course-
smells good. Oh my gosh, that smells so good.
So this is actually a braising dish. So this is very easy dish. You put it in the oven and you just forget about it. We're adding our water. We add our water about filling 3/4 of the chicken.
So it doesn't totally cover the chicken.
Correct. It does
Okay,
not.
all right. So 3/4 that covers the chicken. And we're gonna put this in the oven so it cooks more.
Correct.
And that's why you add the water.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna bring it to a simmer, and as soon as it comes to a simmer, we pop it in the oven.
Okay.
And we'll move on.
Okay, pop it in the oven. What's the oven set on, by the way?
This one is 375 for 30 to 40 minutes.
For 30 to 40 minutes. It's important too to get a skillet that can go in the oven.
Correct.
Most of them can, or?
Most of them can, but you don't want to put any nonstick because it breaks
No
down the
nonstick.
nonstick as well. It
Okay.
also, of course, nothing with the rubber that will burn.
Okay. All right, so while that is cooking, what do we do?
All right, so we have our pasta water boiling here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take our lid off. Careful, it's a little bit hot. All right, so we are
Into the water.
our salt.
That's a lot of salt. How much salt do you usually just?
Correct. We want to taste like ocean water.
Really?
almost. Correct.
Really? That's
Yes.
neat.
So we have our tagliatelle or
Tagliatelle.
fettuccine. Correct.
And it looks like it's homemade, but where do you get the? I mean, you can put anything. You can put regular spaghetti
Yes.
or fettuccine or
That's
whatever, right?
Yes, you can.
But you choose to use the tagliatelle.
Yes, because it wraps the ragu very nice. It wraps it around and it just keeps it in the pasta.
Okay, so while that's going, then what do we have here?
We have our marinara sauce just about done.
Okay.
The marinara sauce is for the...
Now, Luis made the marinara sauce prior to this, but it will be on the recipe.
Yes, it
your
will.
your recipe for marinara sauce.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm sure it is very special.
Yes, it is.
Marinara sauce is basically tomato.
Yes, it's our... Italians use it as a sauce to... Always a backdrop to complement every dish. They add it to pretty much almost every pasta dish that has a tomato base.
Right. Did your mom cook with tomato sauce?
Yes, she does, but not this marinara. This is where my
Italian
own personal.
comes in.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, she done this dishes many times. She doesn't use any tomato for the dish itself.
Really? Really? So you've kind of adjusted it.
Yes, make it more personal.
But
So-
she's made you this ragu before, this chicken ragu before.
Yes, she actually is the one that taught me how to make it.
She did?
Yes, when I first attended culinary school.
I wonder if Grandma taught her.
I think so. There's a competition. She's very
Yeah.
good cook. My grandma was a very good cook. Now I think it stopped there because my aunt, she could cook, but not as
Not
good.
as well.
Yes, correct.
All right, is it done yet?
Yes, we are. So the reason why we will know when this is done, we see it coming raising to the top.
Oh,
Almost
is that
floating.
how you know? Okay,
Correct.
all
And then
right.
this is
So you
done.
don't have to taste it, just when it rises to the top.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. And then we already, because we taste our water first, right?
Right.
All right. So we're just about done with our pasta.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this heat off.
I'll hold this. You drain the pasta. And you drain, because I drain mine in the sink, but why do you do it this way?
Oh, because I want to stay close to the stove. That's all. You can drain it in the sink as
you
well.
can? Okay.
Yes.
So you're not going to use that pasta water?
No, we are not going to use our pasta water. So,
All right, let me give it a little shake.
and we can set up the pasta right over this.
Oh, how cool is that? Okay. All right, so when it comes out of the oven,
Correct. Now it comes out of the oven. It's coming out of the oven, nice and ready, juicy. Oh, it's a little bit hot. So we have our chicken now ready.
wow, it looks different, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It
Oh,
gives a
that
lot of
is
color.
great. And then you debone. Just show us a little bit just how you debone a chicken leg and not get bones in your ragu.
Correct. So we will start. We grab one piece. You can do it with a fork.
Just demonstrate on one piece because we've got the deboned stuff ready.
So we grab it and we just pull it apart. Make sure that you leave all the cartilage and the tough fat behind, and that's about it.
That's pretty simple.
Okay,
And then you kind of break it up.
break it down as much as you want to. This is a little bit bigger, maybe this one in half.
Okay.
But that's
That
about
kind
it.
of thing. All right, so after you debone, you throw away the bones, obviously.
Correct.
This is what it looks like, deboned, and there's sauce in there.
Yes.
You just can't see it right now.
Correct.
Right?
There's sauce in there from the braising liquid from the chicken.
Okay, so then you put the chicken in.
The rest of the chicken. Now we heat this up, bring it a little bit to temperature.
Bring that up. So how many does this serve, your recipe? Maybe two?
This specifically, I would say 4.
Four.
Depends how hungry you are again,
Right,
of course.
right. And you can also make a lot more tagliatelle or pasta or spaghetti, and that will fill you up too.
Correct. So from here, we're heating up our chicken. Now we grab our marinara sauce.
That's
It's
good.
it's good.
Yeah.
We can pour a little bit in there.
I'll
to your
just
liking.
pour a little.
There you go.
Okay, now.
Now we'll make it nice and saucy. Now it's almost ready. for it. Now, you can add a ton of butter here if you like. Butter makes it great. Now, Italians make a sauce, it's called passatina, which is marinara mixed with a lot of butter. Now we're ready for our pasta.
Okay. Oh, the pasta goes in the skillet.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
cool. Okay. I get to do the fun stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right. There we go.
This is all of our pasta. So see, it's a little bit crowded. So
This
we're
is
gonna
like
toss
a
it.
one skillet deal,
Yes.
practically. You know? And then you mix it up. Oh my
Mix it
gosh,
up
this
nice.
looks
So you see why these fettuccines, they wrap the meat in them so the meat stays
So
inside.
it wraps around.
Correct.
Great.
All right, so now
And
we're...
like you say, you can use fettuccine or tagliatelle and
Correct. Spaghettis,
worst case
anything.
scenario, spaghetti.
Correct.
If you don't have this. Yeah.
So we're pretty much done. All we're doing from here is we serve it. We serve it with Parmesan cheese, some olives, and a little bit of balsamic
So you
glaze.
put those on top later
Correct.
when you serve.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Luis Peña family, chicken ragu, Caribbean style, Italian style, tagliatelle. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, thanks. Oh my gosh, so here is the finished product. Chicken ragu with tagliatelle. And I'm here once again with Chef Luis Peña of the Butler Community College Culinary School. This looks incredible.
Thank you, Susan.
And you're gonna serve it up while we talk about the background of the dish.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned before that it kind of comes from two nationalities,
Yes,
right?
it does.
Okay, explain that.
So I put in some of the Caribbean, Dominican chicken seasoning in it with balsamic and brown sugar in it, and the pasta from the Italian background and working in restaurants in New York.
Okay, because you're from the Dominican Republic,
Yes, ma'am.
but you worked in an Italian restaurant. You were a chef in an Italian restaurant in New York for several years.
Yes, ma'am.
So you combine the two. So you made up this dish. This is your signature dish, kind of inspired by
Inspired.
Grandma.
Yes, it is.
Refresh my memory on your grandma's name, Rafaela?
Rafaela.
Yeah.
Right. Rafaela, she taught my mother, her name is Milady's, how to make this dish, and then my mother passed it on to me.
Unbelievable. Okay, we have to taste it now. Chicken ragu tagliatelle. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You can taste the Hispanic flavor, the Dominican flavor, and the Italian flavor as well.
All together.
And the tagliatelle refers to the size of the noodles. This is what this noodle's called.
Yes, it is.
And why do you do the wide noodles?
White noodles, I do just traps the sauce, the meat.
Oh, it does?
Chunks a little bit better, right? It just wraps it into place. So
Wraps it
everything
into
stays-
place. This is so good. Okay, first let's toast.
Yes.
Then I want to talk about a little bit about perfect with red wine.
Yes, it
A
is.
little bit about your family dinner table when you were growing up. Tell me about that. Did you get together every Sunday or?
It was a big deal
Mm-hmm.
eating. So growing up, each member of the family will bring a dish, whatever it is. Somebody will be tasked out to bring the salad, a potato salad, lasagna, rice, and everybody just brings a piece of the
Right.
dish, the dinner, and we sat down, or maybe on the couch sometimes if there's not enough room on the table, and we all ate together.
Okay, now the family dinner table. Statistics show that if you gather around the family dinner table at least 3 or 4 times a week as a family, that you're much more likely to pass on values, stay together as a family. It's very, very good for children. So you obviously grew up with the family dinner table.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you've passed it on to your children.
Yes, and we do. That's the day that I catch up being busy, working, chefing. We gather at nighttime and I kind of find out how my daughter's day has been, how my son's day, how my wife's day has been, just to catch up on everybody, right? Because we're now together at all times, so.
And you pass down traditions at the family dinner table. What traditions were passed down to you at the family dinner table?
My dad specifically, he told me, I don't know if it's true or not, about etiquette of not making noise when you eat. When you plate, because maybe it sounds like you're not satisfied or you're still hungry.
You're kidding. kidding me?
Yeah, so
I heard in Europe, if you belch after the meal, it means you really enjoyed the meal. Have you ever heard that?
no, I have not.
No? Okay. Well, I won't belch then. Okay. I won't belch. Okay, so tell me about a little bit more about what goes into this. First of all, what is the brown stuff on top? It looks great.
That is balsamic glaze. So it's balsamic vinegar.
That's the balsamic.
Correct. Balsamic vinegar. That's more Italian, right? Adding
yeah.
a little Italian extra. Balsamic vinegar just reduced very much into a syrup. Cooked for a long time at low temperature.
So that's what made it thicker.
Correct.
Okay. And that'll be, by the way, on the recipe on the website, how to make balsamic vinegar thicker, correct?
Yes.
I mean, there is a special way.
Yeah, there is. And if I may, at Butler Community College Culinary Arts program, we teach the students there are many ways of making sauce. How to change liquid into a sauce in many different ways, right?
The sauce is important. Why?
It is important. There's many things that appealing to the dish, make it look moist, more appealing to the eye. It brings a little extra flavor to it. Just brightens up the dish, depends what kind of sauce you have. Adds color. There's so many different things that the sauce.
Really, the sauce kind of makes the dish, right?
Well, we can say that it brings it together.
Brings it together. Okay,
Right?
brings
it together because I don't want my sauce to overdo my fish or my steak.
Oh, really? I did. Okay.
So I want my sauce to just be kind of the joint between everything.
Joins it all.
Correct, right?
Okay, so did you grow up in the Dominican Republic? What kind of dishes are served on a normal basis at a family dinner table in the Dominican?
Well, this chicken style, it's very traditional there.
It is.
Now, the chicken is actually butcher usually is the same day as it is cooked.
So you go to the butcher.
Correct.
He kills the chicken.
And then
Right?
we bring it home,
Yeah.
and then the grandma or either you're shelling peas, whatever it is that you're doing, you got a task, right? And during the lunch, and then she gets the chicken done, seasoned. But you're the young kids are the ones that go and do the errands and buy the herbs,
Really?
and sugar and stuff. Yeah.
And lunch is more important than supper
Yes,
in the
it is.
Dominican.
Yes, lunch is the main course.
And when lunch is the main course, and then you take a nap afterwards.
Yeah. Usually.
Sometimes. Okay. My grandmother, who is Lebanese, used to have to pull the feathers out of the chicken. I mean, they went to the butcher shop, bought a chicken, and Italian. My other grandmother's Italian. Did you have to do that, or was it already feathered?
I butcher a chicken before, not butcher, I'm sorry. I had to do the
Feathering? Defeathering?
the life to death part of the chicken.
Okay,
I've done it before. It's different ways to do it. Sometimes we do it with just twisting the neck. That was very old times. We don't do it like that anymore,
Right.
But
then you had to take the feathers off, right?
that's right. Usually we put it on the hot boiling water just real quick to soften up open the pores, and then we'll pull the feathers out.
I mean, that's from butcher to table. Luis, how can I thank you for being here and making us this dish that combines two nationalities, both the Dominican and the Italian, in a perfect gourmet yet comfort food dish. Luis, thank you very much for being here. And if this is what they teach at the Butler Community College Culinary program, hey, they're going to teach you right there. That's for darn sure. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Susan.
And thank you all for being with us for the first edition of the Family Dinner Table. I encourage you, no matter if it's 1 day a week, 2 days a week, try and gather around the family dinner table to pass down values and traditions. Just a reminder, when families come together around the dinner table, families come together. Bon appetit.
Buen provecho.
The Family Dinner Table is made possible in part by the following.
For 100 years and counting, Dillon's has been a brand name backed with a promise. A promise made to our associates, customers, and communities we serve to be there for you, to share a family meal and to feed the human spirit. We thank you for your support and the wonderful times we have shared. We all have our special memories when we hear the words, "That's my Dillon's."
Offering more than 60 brands to choose from, refrigeration, dishwashers, cooking and laundry to outdoor appliances and grills, Metro Appliances and More has something for every need and every budget. In store or online, Metro Appliances and More.
Coffee, tea, and spices from around the world. Always unique, always the Spice Merchant. Located in the original 1908 Mentholatum building, just 4 blocks east of Washington on Douglas.
McClellan Sound is a proud sponsor of PBS Kansas, specializing in designing sound and video systems specific for your commercial needs. More information can be found at macsound.com. The Culinary Arts program at Butler Community College, where foods of the world, cooking techniques, and exceptional learning create 100% job placement rates for students. Changing lives through cooking. More at butlercc.edu. ABC Discount Wine and Spirits offers a unique winery experience, sophisticated and complex bourbons, and top quality beers. More information at abcdiscountliquor.com.